SK52, the Saturday morning meeting, it is upon us. And it's coming again. And then it'll come again. If this is a yard that you've seen and you know every one of these politicians, well, this was completely random because I got it off the internet, so let me put that out there. But this is crazy, right? Is there any way you know all these people? Do you know their families? Do you know how they make decisions? Do you know who they are? And the answer to that is no. As a politician, to get elected to an office, you need name recognition. One of the easiest ways to get elected is to hold another position and go from that position to another position. So once you've held your first position, you are ready to go. And so in anything in life, name recognition. Let's talk about how to politic yourself in a job. If everybody in the job knows who you are, if you come in with a great attitude, if there's a smile on your face, if you make it a better place to be because you're there, then you have a greater chance to move through the system with a higher income and more responsibility, if that's your goal. I find that a lot of times the goal for people is to complain about what they don't have, but when you go that extra mile, the extra mile is where you do things that you're not getting paid for, but you're politicking for your future. Are you willing to do that? Are you willing to spend the time and effort to meet every single person and to change their outlook on days? I've said multiple times, you know, when you look at my blood type, it's B positive. I don't understand why people wake up every single morning and want to be negative. Why they plug into some show on TV and they're all shows. I watch the news. That's a show. That is a produced show that has a produced outcome. It doesn't matter which one you watch, it's a show. These people are paid millions of dollars to read a teleprompter to try to change the way you think. Well, you have the same amount of influence on the people in your life. Change the way they think. If you're in the car business, do you know every single person in that dealership that uses that dealership on an ongoing basis? I would start every single morning by trying to meet as many people as I possibly could. Not an agenda to sell you something, an agenda to politic, to get you the next time that you're ready to vote off of my sign because you know me. When you go into a restaurant, there are people that complain about every single thing. There is no way that you can ever make them happy. I feel sorry for those people. I don't understand them. It doesn't make any sense that they would ever go into the public because they're going to be disappointed because they started disappointed. I go into a restaurant, I introduce myself. Back in the day when I first went into restaurants, usually the manager or the owner would come by and ask how your meal was and invite you back. Now I find that you walk into the receptionist who's on their phone, they're on their phone, and they look up at you and go, oh, I gotta get off my phone for a second. And they waddle you over to a table, throw a couple of menus and disappear. They don't say, welcome to the restaurant. And when you leave, they don't look at you and go, how was your experience? We would really love for you to come back. Can you imagine how much more profitable a restaurant would be if they ask every single person to come back and please visit us again? Thank you so much for coming. They don't do that. They're still on their phone. Maybe sometimes when you leave, well, thanks for coming. Never come again should be the next line. They don't do that one. I'm saying no matter what you do in life, you've got to deal with people. If your biggest problem in life is people, that is a major problem because there's 350 million people living in the United States right now and we're growing every single day. There are births every single day. In 10 years from now, there's going to be more people than there are now, just so you know. So the first thing you need to do in a career, in life, with a family, is learn to be able to take every single day and start that day being the most positive person on earth. Oh, there will be people that will try to take you out of your positive spin. Don't allow them to do that. You choose your own path. You choose your own emotions. That person just made me angry. No, they did not. That person was probably an ass, but you chose to be angry. Oh, I'm in a bad mood because I had an argument with my spouse today. No, you chose to have an argument. And then when you left, the spouse wasn't there anymore. You chose to continue to be in a bad mood. What if a revelation hit you right now and you thought the more people you could influence, the more people that you knew, the more people that knew what you did and how committed you are to what you do could actually change your life. The people that I know in the car industry that are making all the money and really enjoying their career are really not salespeople. They're politicians. They sell cars because people like them, trust them, entertained by them, prefer to do business with them. So there's a lot of people out there that will tell you how to close a deal, how to trick somebody into buying a car, how to be able to say the right things so they buy a car. Well, the funny thing about it is when somebody comes into a dealership, they already want a car. You know, if they really admire the way you do business, the way you handle yourself, it looks to me like it won't just be one transaction. It'll be transactions forever. Off of every single transaction, there are multiple other options because that person knows people that you don't know. Be a politician. If you don't know what that means, reference that on the internet. What does it take to be a great politician? And if you hate the word politician, take the word politician out, but read everything else that makes a great politician and become that person. Every restaurant that you visit, every place that you go, when you show up for the Little League baseball game that your child's playing in, every person in the stands ought to say, hey, KC, how you doing? What's going on? Anything new? They should really have a real vested interest in finding out what's going on with you because you made it something that they're interested in. PK52, the Saturday morning meeting.